Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to what is my skincare routine. I thought I'd update you a little bit because I changed quite a lot of products compared to what I was using before, and I think it's actually quite rich of products that I love, so I thought I would share this with you. As a preamble, my skin has been changing quite a bit. I know I keep saying it because it's quite surprising to me. But then again, pregnancy and hormones really play a big role in how your skin is. And I used to have quite oily skin, especially my T-zone, a lot of imperfections and enlarged pores on and around my nose. And with pregnancy, that has actually normalized a lot. And I am quite lucky, I guess. Some people get very spotty skin during pregnancy. For me, it was actually quite a normalization of the oil production. So I would say that now I have more of a normal skin, if that is a thing, and actually on my body it's getting drier. I never had dry skin on my body or big problems with it, and now I feel, I was just touching my hand, I feel like my skin is getting drier, and that results on my face as well. Since skincare is such a big part of my life, in the sense that during pregnancy, during lockdown, at the hospital, during my delivery, and then the infection that I had later, and nowadays, this is really a point that I wouldn't say self-care, but it kind of is. It's something that I keep doing all the time. I may not wear makeup on a daily basis, but I will do my skincare on a daily basis, morning and evening. There have been a few days after the delivery in which I couldn't get out of bed, and yeah, there were people washing my body, things like that I didn't do my skincare routine, and I really saw a difference, and both in the way I felt and in the way my skin looked. Maybe touching a little bit on that, and it brings me to the first few products. I see that it is extremely important to wash my face in the morning and in the evening. When I was in the hospital, I didn't, for the reasons mentioned, not with a cleanser, but just with a wet cloth. And that wasn't enough for me. I started having really raised pores, clogged pores on my chin, around my nose, on my forehead. And overall, yeah, you don't really get all the sweat and oil off your face with just a washcloth. And the ones they gave in the hospital, by the way, were like also quite smooth. So there wasn't even a little bit of exfoliation. So maybe it was my mistake. I should have brought my muslin cloths with me. But yeah, that was the situation. And that brought me really to realize how important it is for me to wash my face. And I do so, as I mentioned, in the morning and in the evening. I will start with my morning routine because it's simpler, and then go ahead with my evening routine. In the morning, I cleanse only once, and I use my Pixi Rose Cream Cleanser. I mentioned this in my current favorites video because, yeah, I'm almost out of it, and I've been really enjoying it. It's quite a calming cleanser. It does its job, but yeah, you see it more in the fact that your skin looks and feels clean, but it doesn't strip anything from it. It's not very it's not very harsh. It is really a cream, and it actually does foam a little bit, but very, very little. I really enjoy it. It washes away. It doesn't leave you a film on your skin. Really enjoy this one. After cleansing in the morning, I apply a toner, and usually what I target with this step is refining pores, purifying the skin. But I have products that are not very harsh, so there's no alcohol or astringent toners in my routine. What I am using right now, which I've been enjoying, is the Pixie Clarity Tonic. This I bought myself. The cleanser was sent to me. This I bought myself. It contains salicylic acid and probiotics, but it is a very gentle cleanser. It is a very gentle toner. I apply it with my hands. I tip it over and then do this pretty much, just to save some cotton, but you can also apply it on a cotton swab, of course. And it's just a really nice watery toner. I see that it it doesn't sting, it doesn't make my skin feel tight afterwards, and actually it takes a little bit to sink into the skin. So what I often do is also just pat it in like this, which to me is a good sign, because I don't want something that will strip moisture off of my skin, even if I want it to be clarified or anyways kept clean. I don't want moisture to be stripped from my skin. So that is my toner of this moment. Then the next step is a serum, and I always still target pores, oiliness, oil control and things like that, but much less than before. I used to have much more steps or more serums, but I am now just keeping it quite basic, and I like to use an antioxidant in the morning. So to combine those two effects, I am using the niacinamide 10% and zinc 1% of The Ordinary. This remains one of my favorite products from them. This is the 60 ml bottle, so they made a double size, a jumbo size, which I use, and I'm halfway through it actually. From the beginning of this year I think I started it. Yeah, it really does a good job, and I feel like niacinamide is quite a hip ingredient. I've been using it for 4 years at least, and I think it does a really good job. It has both indeed a brightening and a pore reducing, let's say, effect. So it really helps with the texture of your skin as well. Really liking the niacinamide, and yeah, I'm going through this one right now. My morning eye cream, as I mentioned, this also in my favorites, is the Good Molecules Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. It's not the best eye gel or eye cream that I've ever used, because I don't see particularly impressive results, but it's simple, hydrating eye cream if you don't have a necessity for a very thick cream. It really depends on the skin under your eyes. I personally don't have particularly dry skin or skin that needs a lot of nourishment. I want light hydration, something that sinks in quickly, and this one does the job. It says it's formulated to help revitalize and energize the eye area, and I think it does quite a good job at just keeping everything fresh. Yeah, so this is my morning eye cream, and then we move on to the moisturizer step. Now I have 4 moisturizers, and that's because I use something different for like each separate occasion. Now today it was raining. Now I see blue skies. It's very confusing. It was raining and I'm not leaving the house, so what I use is a moisturizer without SPF. My favorite in the morning is the Good Molecules Silicone Free Priming Moisturizer. I'm almost finished this one. This was gifted to me some time ago, but I'm using it really sparingly indeed, because it's only for days in which I don't leave the house and it's like really cloudy or rainy outside. So this is what I am wearing today, and it does a good job, but it doesn't feel sticky. It dries down onto the skin, but it feels quite nourishing. And I have to say I have used it under makeup as well, and it performs really well. So this one is for the bad weather days. Then for the medium weather days, so those days that it's not like middle of summer sunny, that I'm gonna be outdoors all day, or just a normal working day in which you go out, go to the office. I don't know if that is even a routine anymore, but I don't know, for a normal day when the weather is decent and there is a bit of sun outside, I want to apply an SPF 30. And what I've been loving right now is the Paula's Choice Defense Essential Glow Moisturizer SPF 30. And I mentioned this again in my favorites. This has been a revelation. It is such a beautiful glowy moisturizer. It is a cream that is not too thick or too fatty, too greasy. I really like it, and I am definitely going through it. However, when it is beautiful, sunny outside, I am gonna be outdoors for a few hours, or when you know you're gonna be outside, I prefer SPF 50, and right now I haven't used the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF 50. This is for combination and oily skin. It's a very, very thin, formula, and it's really nice. I used it all summer or during my summer trip to Italy last year. You see, it's like a very thin lotion, and it does a really good job without making your skin feel greasy, which is something that I have a lot of problems with other SPF 50s. They are usually mineral SPFs or inorganic SPFs, and they have zinc oxide and titanium oxide, which make it feel very thick, and that I really hate. This one instead has more organic sunscreens, and that makes it that it's extremely thin. It doesn't leave a white cast. Really love it. I'm gonna also show you the texture of the other one I showed you in my last video, but if you're coming here without seeing my favorites, this is what the other one is. This is the Essential Glow, and you see that this is a bit of a thicker cream. It doesn't run or anything, and it leaves a beautiful glow onto the skin. It's not tinted per se. It has a little bit of something, and I'm not sure how it would work for darker skin tones, but for me, yeah, I don't see it actually changing my skin tone. I think maybe it's a little bit blurring, if at all, but you see that it adds a very nice glow to the skin. And the final daytime moisturizer is for those days that, I don't know, I'm going out for lunch or I don't want to wear a lot of makeup. It's a no makeup day, but I still want to wear something. I wear the Origins Ginseng SPF 40 Energy Boosting Tinted Moisturizer. Now this is a tinted moisturizer, so this one will really react to you rubbing it in and give you a color. The problem with this one, I find, is that it's quite light. So my mom, for example, who is much more tan than me, cannot wear it, but for me the tint is the right one. It's again quite glowy, and yeah, it does a really good job. I think you can see it has a bit of an orange tint to it. It's these products that when you rub in, it changes color. So this is something that I've repurchased multiple times. I really like it, and it's not unfortunately not available for a wide range of skin tones, but it works really well for me in summer and in general for days that I don't want to wear a foundation, and maybe I just put on some mascara on my brows, and then I feel put together, which I really like. So this one right here, and that is my daytime routine. Cleanse, tone, serum, eye cream, a moisturizer, and that's about it. In the evening it gets a little bit more complicated because I alternate evenings. One thing that stays always the same is if I have makeup on, I will double cleanse, usually with a cleansing balm. Right now I am using the Jada Radiance Vitamin C cleansing balm. I mentioned this in my favorites again, or in my last roundup video. I'm not in love with this because it doesn't remove my mascara, so that's the only thing. It smells good. I don't know that I need vitamin C in my cleanser because I just need something to, especially the first cleanse, I just need something to remove my makeup, and usually I use the Clinique Take the Day Off is a good one, but what I usually use is the Body Shop Chamomile Cleansing Butter. I like that much better, but value-wise this one is cheaper, so I wanted to try it. It's the first time I tried it. Then I wash my face with the Pixi Rose Cleanser again to, just to cleanse my skin. So one is I remove my makeup and then I want to wash my skin, so my pores. And I use a washcloth for, I use the cleansing balm on dry skin, massage it in, then a wet, warm washcloth to remove that. And then I go in and wash my face with the Pixi cleanser again. And this really cleanses my skin. So one thing removes the makeup and one makes sure that the pores are clean and everything is off of the skin. At that point, the skin is clean. Then I have two separate routines. One is using an AHA. Right now I'm using the Glow Tonic. Pixie sent quite two big tubs of it, and I've been using them, so I just decant them in this small one that fits in my bathroom cabinet. I use the Glow Tonic on a cotton swab, just run it over my skin, and then I will go in with the Paula's Choice CBD Transformative Treatment Milk. Now this one I feel really soothes my skin, hydrates, and it keeps it happy. Like it doesn't do incredible things, it doesn't have incredible actives, but it just keeps it happy. You know that if you don't have time to do anything, you put this on, your skin is gonna be happy. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm gonna miss it when I finish it. But yeah, just a happy serum for all skin types. I think can use it. It's quite thin and really, really nice. And then on top of that, I will do an active, and I'm using the Paula's Choice Azelaic Acid Booster. This is a 10% azelaic acid, and azelaic acid is a very, very mild exfoliator, and what it does, it's suited for rosacea, redness. You can see that I have quite some redness on my cheeks, which is rosacea, and it contains also a bit of salicylic acid in there. It works on the long term. So I really feel like you need to go through a whole tube to really see results, but I think that it does a great job, and my skin is very happy with it. It is a thicker cream, but salicylic acid is a very difficult ingredient to work with or to formulate with, and for example, The Ordinary has a very, very silicone-y formula, and this one does not contain silicones, but you see it's a bit of a thicker cream. So that's why I apply the CBD treatment first, and then I apply this one on top. And yeah, it just even skin tone, works on my redness, keeps my skin again clean and under control and happy. After that, I will do usually one of my two nighttime moisturizers, and I alternate depending on how my skin feels. I use either the Paula's Choice Super Hydrate Overnight Mask, and this one is quite a lightweight hydrating mask, I have to say. So sometimes in the morning then I feel like, oh, there's nothing on my skin anymore, it's time to, apply more moisturizer. And that is a more lightweight option, which is a bit counterintuitive. And then my more nourishing option is the Echo by Sonia Skin Compost Superfruit Hydrator. And this one is a bit of a thicker cream, not super thick though. I keep applying stuff on my skin, but let me see if I can pump out a little bit. It's not super thick. It rubs into the skin quite nicely, but it leaves you with the feeling of a nourished skin, and that is what I like. That is what I use it for. So this is my other option for nighttime moisturizer. Now my other day, I do this routine one day, and the other days I do a BHA exfoliator instead, and my favorite is the Paula's Choice 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. Love this thing. And again, I apply this on a cotton swab all over my skin, keeps my pores clean, my skin clean, breakouts at bay. Great product, I've been using it for ages. And then on top of that, I use the Ordinary Gran Active Retinoid 2% emulsion. Now they don't recommend to use another active with a retinol. However, this form of retinol is very mild. It works slower because there's more steps on the skin for it to transform into actual retinol that is active into your skin. And yeah, I find that this then is much milder, and I can use the BHA first and I use this one afterwards. And after this one, I will always use the more nourishing moisturizer. But I find that my skin doesn't react to it. It doesn't feel problematic. It's not stripped, or, it doesn't feel like this is doing a lot but on the long term, it really does. I really like this. I've used many tubes of it. It's usually my summer retinol because you don't want to use, or because I don't want to use too strong of actives in summer because there's more sun, I'm more outside. The risk of like getting burned and maybe not reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours like you should, things like that. I don't want to risk too much actives on my skin in summer or too strong of actives on my skin in summer. So I usually turn to this one with the good weather. And I totally forgot, but after all my serums, I apply my nighttime eye cream, which right now it's the Inkey List Retinol eye cream, but as you can see, I'm almost finished with it. I like to have at night an eye cream with a bit of active. So either this one or the La Roche-Posay Redermic R Eyes that also contains retinol, because I mean, I have wrinkles here, so I can try to make it work. Of course, my retinol and my serums will come all around my eye area, but I find that, yeah, having an extra eye cream on top, they're usually a bit thicker, more nourishing in the evening, and have some active. So that is what I am using right now. And then I want to mention one more product, which is something that I use not super consistently because consistency is not life of a new mom, but it's something that I use when I remember and when my skin is calm and happy, and that is an overnight exfoliating treatment. I use the one from Good Molecules. This has 10% AHA and BHA, and it is a leave-in treatment. So this is not something that you apply, leave on 10 minutes, take off like the red mask, but I wash my face in the evening, I let it dry completely, like I dry it and then I let it dry completely. What I usually do is I brush my teeth in between so that I know that not only my skin is dry from me patting it dry, but also it has just dried in air. And then I apply this one. This is quite a strong exfoliation, so I use it only, the most often is once a week if I remember, and if not, it's once a month or something like that. And I do it when I feel like either I have a little bit of bumps or my skin is feeling dull, or I don't know. There is a certain feeling like my skin needs an exfoliation that is a bit stronger than my daily toners. So I apply this one on my skin, and I usually follow up with the Hydrating Mask. And this combo, yeah, I just do once in a while when I remember, and you really wake up with better skin the next day after this one. It tingles maybe 2 seconds on my skin, at least 2 seconds when I apply it, usually actually around my folds here. I feel it tingling, but then in the morning there's no, or also when I apply it, there's no redness. It really works well, and it doesn't irritate my skin. And the next morning I feel like my skin is awake again. It's just a reset button. So really, really love that one. And you guys, this is my skincare routine right now, that I am, yeah, more normal skin type, let's say. So a little bit less stripping, a little bit more nourishing, and alternating with products that are not necessarily oil control or cleansing or clarifying. Maybe a small parenthesis of what I did bring to the hospital these days, which maybe a small parenthesis on what I did bring to the hospital in the days I was there. Overall, I was about 8 days in the hospital between the C-section and the infection afterwards. I did take my cleanser, which thank goodness it was really necessary. I took my CBD skin transforming treatment milk, amazing, felt really good. And I took my overnight hydrating mask. These 3 products were my basic skincare routine that I could use morning and evening. I wasn't going anywhere. There was no, I don't know, routine, like no sun, there was nothing. I was in a hospital bed. So I took this, and when I was feeling well enough, it was part of my, morning, freshen up, shower, do my skincare routine, and in the evening before going to bed. It was kind of something that made me feel less, I don't know, less sick. it made me feel more normal. And these 3 products did very well. As I said, the heroes, I think, are these 2 definitely amazing products. I can only recommend them. And now I'm really done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I am curious to hear your thoughts on these products, and please remember that I am not a skincare professional. I am doing this to myself and just sharing what works and what doesn't work for me. And if you have if you were curious about any of these products, just ask down below in the comments, and I can elaborate further if I forgot to mention something. And thank you again for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.